we're going to do a quick debate review. All right. How do you think that conversation went?
Well, it was a little bit too hostile towards the center and beginning, but towards the end, it seems like we mostly came to an agreement on inflation, although I disagreed with his assessment of the boom bust cycle. I believe he strawmanned my position a couple of times, but not intentionally.
Sure. Can you give me an example of the straw man of your position?
Well, the strawman, I believe, is he said that like I didn't believe inflation was complex, or that I basically believed like inflation was only caused by or predominantly caused by government spending. When I also genuinely believe it's multi-sectoral, I just believe it's the main factor, and he could have been a little bit more careful in his wording.
Okay. So this is how
way,
that conversation just went. Okay. You engaged in the exact thing that I hate leftists for, where we can bring up like a statement of fact or the opinions of a bunch of people who are much more educated than, especially you, who hasn't even like gotten to the age where they can like go to college. All right. Um, he would bring up a fact like, hey, there is, all of these, hundreds of thousands of economists from countries all over the world who have, different opinions.
the individuals
Hold
are
on.
a waste of time.
No,
it doesn't matter what
you're
any
going to listen to
individual's
what I have to
level
say.
credibility says. What
Okay.
matters is what's reality.
Congratulations. You've arrived at my position that I've told you 5 billion goddamn times. You've arrived at my position, which is I don't care what these individual people say. But instead of engaging with what he was saying, which you, hey, congratulations, literally never did. You never engaged with a single thing that he said. And I want you to sit with that for a second while I continue to explain to you.
I didn't do that, but
yes, you never engaged with a goddamn thing that he said. All right? And instead of engaging with the conceptual points that he brought up, remember that thing that I said about earlier, the conceptual versus just like accrual of knowledge, where like you have a lot of like knowledge on something that you've read, but you're not able to actually put that into practice, into any kind of, engagement with the reality on the ground.
You asked me what I disagreed with Kamala Harris about. I told you what I disagreed with her about.
Oh, wow. Congratulations. You're doing the other thing that I hate that people do, where once you're presented with something that you know is true, you're going to immediately move off of that onto a different topic. So we're going to say
it's not a different topic. Earlier, you asked me a specific question.
Directly, it is absolutely a different topic, because what were we just talking about? Your debate performance with Econoboi. The reason I brought him in is for a specific purpose, to show you that you do not have any understanding beyond like the theory that you have read. But when it comes to the facts on the ground, the facts, straight facts, you're lost at sea. You're lost at sea. You did not engage with a single statement of fact that he brought up. Instead of, he didn't bring up any individual, right? He didn't bring up any individual.
Consensuses also don't matter.
What consensuses absolutely matter.
To what facts are, no.
What a broad understanding of what an academic, field is, then yeah, it does.
I don't care about what economists as a whole say.
You're right. You're right.
Economics.
You're right. You don't care. You don't care what economists say. You care what your economists say.
I don't care about what my economists say. I care about what's true.
You say what's true, and then you cite without explanation what your economists say.
No, I brought up the facts of free banking causing less inflation.
And then he brought up a direct counter to that.
He didn't bring up any counter to free banking have less inflation. He agreed with me. He agreed with me.
It's possible, but unfortunately for you, the fact remains that even though you have all of these theories, even though
he agreed with me, free banking causes less inflation.
He said himself. Don't listen. You hear words, you listen to the words that are coming out of people's mouths, and then you completely change the meaning of those words, just like you did when you said that I said that you can't criticize DEI without being racist. You're not
What did I
listening.
misrepresent about what Econoboi said? He agreed with me in that specific fact I brought up.
I didn't say that you misrepresented. Do you recognize that literally every single response that you've given me for the past 10 minutes since Econoboi left has been a complete non sequitur to the criticism that I'm giving you?
It's not a non sequitur. What criticism do you have of me specifically?
That you were not engaging on any conceptual level. You repeated the same exact thing like 12 times. They were not your own original thoughts, or like synergizing like the information that you've brought and, putting that out into the world in a direct statement to what Econoboi said. Instead, you referred to Heidegger or whoever the
I didn't refer to Heidegger once in that.
Sorry, whatever economist you brought up, the Austrian.
I referred to the statistic of 97% of inflation. That's a statistic.
No, okay, hold on. Answer this or you're banned. Did you multiple times bring up an individual's name from the Austrian economist, like philosophical side of things?
I did bring that up, but that wasn't the main part.
So like why the absolute? When I just said what I said, did you refute? No, I didn't do that. Instead, I did this. It was another non sequitur response to what I just said. I said,
what you're saying is I didn't engage with any facts.
Yeah, you said the 97 number, and then he gave you an adequate explanation. Like, well, I mean, like the short and long
it's
of what
an
he said.
Explanation, but it doesn't disagree with the fact.
It was an alternative idea to what you were saying directly.
He did not disagree with me that the dollar has lost 97% of value.
He said that's not what the implication was. You know what? This is actually useless.
What do you mean? What implication? I'm just talking about what facts we agree on and what we disagree on.
You brought up. Okay, you know what? Let's do this. Can you give me, besides the 97 number, can you give me any other facts that you brought up that he didn't directly address and then ask for a response to?
What do you mean address? He said he's fine with the inflation, or that it would still be caused by other factors. He didn't disagree that the Federal Reserve was part of the factor.
No one has ever disagreed with you on that, you mongoloid. Do you recognize that I've always said that, yes, printing money does increase inflation? Nobody has ever disagreed with you on that, you fat autistic. Can you recognize that for 1 second?
Wait, apologize for using that.
You're right. I do apologize. That was out of line. I'm really mad because you are expecting some level of decorum that is so unbelievably, so ungodly high for everyone to engage with you. But the second that someone is mean back, you're like, whoa. Why can't we stay civil here? Now, I want you to address what I said. Can you name another statement of fact that was not based on theory, a statement of facts that you brought up to him that he did not have an answer for?
I brought up the money giving to Wall Street and to banks, which he said probably wasn't cronyism, but that was too specific of an issue because we'd have to look more into.
So what your actual claim there was that there is cronyism, because no one's going to disagree that there is money that goes into Wall Street. It's Wall Street, right?
Yeah.
No one's going to disagree with that. The claim that you were actually making there was that there was cronyism.
Yeah.
And when he said, well, there are other like different things that could be going on there, like, like the way that our monetary system works, doesn't necessarily imply cronyism. What was your response to that?
I don't believe it's 100% cronyism, but it's certainly a factor.
Okay, so we're walking it back a little bit.
No, I'm clarifying it.
Okay, we're clarifying. So not 100% of it is cronyism. There's just some people that are cronies.
Yeah, I would say a lot of the people who currently sit on central banking and economics boards are influenced by the banking industry in an unhealthy and corrupt manner that prioritizes profits over people.
Well, welcome. For people that are new, if you're watching on YouTube or if you're watching on Kick, I'm Sondsol. I am a political science student. I like to talk about politics. I like to argue about politics. We talk about all sorts of fun things on here, like drama and politics. And I like to argue with people in chat about a lot of different things. Like, comment, and subscribe. I don't like to shill. Also,